Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Disco Elysium with me, Bring It On. Let's go grab Lieutenant Interrogate and clean up some tasks around town. We have quite a bit to do today.
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this.
I had a chat with this kid Kuno. He promised to stop stealing the locusts.
So he was just a child.
He purses his lips, crestfallen.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
She turns to smile gently up at her husband.
She acts chipper, but something's changed in her tone. A hidden worry. Something is secretly gnawing at her confidence. It's not this Kuno kid or the missing locusts. It's something else.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time. And then maybe we can.
The aging cryptozoologist breaks into a hideous coughing fit.
He has a 38-degree fever. His resilience has given way.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick.
She looks at him
Maybe
with tender...
it's time to go home.
Whoops, wasn't paying attention. She looks at him with tender concern.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season, when it's warmer.
He breathes carefully, not to start coughing again. We've come too far to quit. I'm going to restock the trap. Let's do this.
We are getting really carried away with this, aren't we? Fine, it's better than having these people get pneumonia on the coast. But after this...
He makes a show of suppressing a sigh.
He wants to see this tale through, as much as you. Otherwise, he'd have stopped this already. But he cannot let it drag out after this.
Really? It's too much, officer.
He starts coughing again.
What Morel means is we're grateful for your help.
She nods to her husband.
Here's a fresh fractured locust. They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely mention you, should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but...
Wow, co-discovery. You'd be famous. You'd show them all. This does tingle the pleasure center.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
Alright, that's it for now. Could ask about more cryptids, but I'm not going to. Not with Kim with me anyway, because I know he doesn't want to listen to that, so... If I can find a way to talk to her without Kim... I think they're still there at 9 p.m. I can go upstairs and have him go to bed. Alright, so we're going to harbor next, grab that radio, and go talk to Evrart about a cell. Then we'll go back to the coast and look at the bullet trajectory points and refill the locust trap.
A common office radio, like any of those found in countless waiting rooms, lounges, and other semi-public spaces all over the world.
Kim, how do I get the transceiver out of this thing?
There's usually a little switch somewhere. Ah yes, it's the one that says release.
Lieutenant points to the side of the radio. Flip the release switch.
The lock disengages with a nice click. You may now safely remove the transceiver unit.
Examine the transceiver.
There's nothing obviously remarkable about it. It's about the size of a common pasta box, with knobs of molded plastic. What else is there to say? If this transceiver were a person, it would be an accountant at a large logistics firm. Perfectly competent, but unexceptional.
I guess pure functionality is itself a kind of aesthetics.
I suppose it does have a certain no-nonsense appeal, if you prefer that sort of thing.
The transceiver appears quite at peace with its appearance.
Do you think we'll actually be able to reach the coalition with this?
You've surprised me more than once during the course of our investigation, but I have to say, it still seems like a remote scenario.
How does this compare to your Dino Wavecam?
It doesn't, frankly. Don't get me wrong, this appears to be a fine transceiver for a general audience.
He ended with the audience, but it's not something a serious Radiohead would use. He shrugs. Clench your fist. I'll show you yet, Kitsuragi.
Show me what, detective?
The Lieutenant seems immensely pleased by your irritation.
With its transceiver gone, the radio has ceased its persistent buzzing. It is as silent as a headstone.
I wasn't truly irritated, I was just having fun. I'm assuming the conversation about a cell with Evrart is going to be relatively short, because it's feels like a very side thing, so hopefully it doesn't take too long so we can head back to the coast. Knock out a couple of other things. In fact, most of the tasks that I have currently seem like pretty dead-end or short quests. Except for confronting Ruby, of course. That's a that's a whole nother thing. And maybe the dead body on the boardwalk. Oh. A smart man doesn't leave any incriminating documents behind.
Mr. Dubois, the word in Martinez is a certain police officer is once again happily reunited with his service weapon. Congratulations, my friend.
He winks at you.
I prefer my police officers old-fashioned like that, with a gun. You can do so many things with a gun that you can't do without one. Now, what can I help you with?
Look, my gun. Show it to him.
My. She's quite the looker, Harry. You can't imagine how pleased I am the two of you are reunited.
He lets out an appreciative whistle.
Tell me, was it difficult to convince the pigs to give it up?
The big man pauses to tap on his chin. Not at all.
I knew you could handle it. I know my special policeman. Anyway, I'm glad you're all right and armed again, Harry. Now, what can Evrart Clare do for you?
I met a girl in a cell who said she was working with you.
Fanny. That doesn't ring any bells, Harry.
The big man lets out a lazy yawn.
Funny. She was trying to set up a narcotics operation in the old church on the coast.
The lieutenant says, looking up from his notebook.
Oh, that a cell. Yes, I do seem to remember sending a pretty young thing down there to liven up the place. Get some melodic music in there.
He taps his temple. Did you also tell her to start the amphetamine lab?
Amphetamine lab? That sounds very immoral and debauched. Frankly, a health risk.
He seems taken aback.
But what do I know about kids these days? The music they listen to, the drugs they do while they listen to that music?
He shakes his head with a melancholy smile.
It sounds to me like you are trying to start an amphetamine lab in the district. And you're using some delinquents you found, God knows where, to set it up and run it for you.
Lieutenant says with an uncharacteristic note of contempt in his voice.
Found God knows where? That a cell is the daughter of Miko the kebab. A man who once killed a guy with a kebab.
The big man exhales it loudly.
I think a daughter of a man who killed a man with a kebab can handle running a little nightclub, don't you?
Miko the kebab. Really?
Maybe it was Bogovin. Or Jakub. I think it might have been Conrad.
He stares off into the distance, seemingly trying to remember something. Well, anyway, I shut down the amphetamine production, but let them go on with the nightclub plan.
A nightclub? Harry, I'm an old-fashioned guy. After work, I like to listen to some rock and roll music and have a non-alcoholic lager. Nightclubs don't interest me.
He taps on his chin.
But here I am, talking about myself, when you have much more important things going on. Tell me, Harry, how can I help you?
His expression becomes serious. Alright, that's it. This is not a fishing rod, is it? It's... I have no idea. What is it? Can I talk to him about that? What is it?
Mr. Now, what can it...
Well, now I'm curious. Just leave me hanging like that. what else would it be? A whip? Alright, we should be able to fast travel. No, we cannot. Nope, so we have to be out of the harbor to fast travel. It's a little annoying. Alright, then we go to the coast, deal with the locusts, and deal with the bullet trajectories. I don't know where one of them's at. One's on the boardwalk, the other one's at the island. Which might be where Acella's at, because they're on like a little separated piece of... looks like ice, honestly. Or they were. They're inside the church now, of course, but... so can't fast travel. Can't. There we go. Alright, Tommy, did I unlock this check with you? So I'd like to try the skill check one more time as well.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind?
83% chance. I can swap some shirts around. Probably get that up to 100%. Oh, here we go. A box with locusts. A cardboard box with several rows of little holes in the lid. Though at first glance the box seems perfectly ordinary, upon closer examination, it's obvious that it has been prepared with great care. Then perfectly adequate transceiver. A common radio transceiver, produced by a generic manufacturer. There must be tens of thousands like it all over the world, each one indistinguishable from every other. Let's see, is it this shirt? This one. And a jacket. Boom.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind?
He's a poet. Hit him with your best verse.
Wait, there's something here, stored away in some dusty corner. It starts like...
A mirror's temperature is always 0. It is ice in the veins. Its camera is an X-ray.
Whoa. What else?
He leans in, his eyes bright with attention. There's a chalice held out to you in a silent communion.
Silent communion. That's good.
He's transfixed by the words. Where gaspingly you partake of a shifting identity, never your own.
Dang. That's some great shit. You came up with that yourself.
He grunts, unable to suppress his reaction.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't really know.
No matter. Great verses like that sometimes. Ephemeral. You might not look it. Seems you have some literary chops. Maybe there's hope for me yet.
That's a strange compliment.
Just messing with you. It's cool. You're an okay guy. For a cop.
For a cop.
They're more often into fists than rhymes, see? Let alone honesty in verse.
Any organization gets all kind of folk. I'm sure we try our best.
The lieutenant looks at you in silence, a curious look in his eyes, nodding slightly.
Well, you've given me some hope, I guess.
He gives you a thumbs up.
You found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those words.
I wonder if that helps with the, removing the expression from my face. Actually, this looks good with the, that looks pretty good with the armor underneath. I think I prefer this jacket, because it goes really well with that hat. Alright, can we fast travel to the... I guess to the church. The closest place. I think the locusts... yeah, they're over here.
The trap stands empty near the reeds. No insect sounds or movement around. Only the reeds' apprehensive hissing. Rain drips from the mesh of the trap.
I release the locust into the empty trap.
The locusts, dazed from being transported, slowly begin to acclimate to their new surroundings. They're not really going to get the chance to get comfortable here.
Good, now that's done. When do you think we will return to our impending apocalypse of a murder investigation? Don't answer that. It was a rhetorical question.
He stops you. Alright, so I guess we report that back to the cryptozoologists. Alright, so we can go talk to... Well, let's do this first. Where's it at? The boardwalk and the island, yeah. Well, the boardwalk is nearby. The island, I'm not so sure about. So we've done Land's End, which is right there. I'm not sure where the island is supposed to be. Yeah, my best guess is beside the church. So actually, we're close by. Let's go check that out first. Yeah, it's not really an island, is it? Well, we can go to the boardwalk that's right up here. Also, I've been thinking about this quest that we have as well, with the Alpha figurines to Dolores Day. No idea how we're supposed to do that, but the only time we've interacted with someone similar to Dolores Day is when we made that phone call at this this payphone down here. And another postcard. Quran 33. This one has hell written on its back. It cannot be further from the truth. It's the boom years, and Quran, the nicest district in Revachol West, is enjoying a sun-drenched day. Tall and handsome buildings rise from the riverside. Steel, iron, and yellow limestone, with cloud shadows sliding over on the facades. Not sure where out in the boardwalk I'm supposed to go. I guess all the way at the end. Here we go. It's a long way down to your death from here. 20 meters at least.
There's some tear.
Well, we're at the boardwalk. I don't know how else we interact with this. Huh, yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Check the boardwalk for bullet traces. Check island for bullet traces. Well, since I don't know where I'm supposed to go, maybe I'll look for those areas off camera. Let's go talk to Plaisance and the dicemaker real fast. We might have unlocked the weightlifting check again as well, because we had that one thought that unlocked all the ping checks. I might go ahead and buy all the dice from the dice maker as well, because we're sitting on plenty of money. And the last one we got has a pretty unique effect. Why can't I? Oh, because I have the flashlight equipped. Like, why can't I move in here? I need that. Oh, hello there. But where are all the clothes it used to display?
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Why hasn't her business failed? Let's see. This gives me shivers. Does anything else give me shivers? That's another one of those uncommon. I like these shoes a little more.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
That's quite the change. Why hasn't her business failed yet?
A gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed to the atmosphere.
This is still just a theory, but hear me out. I think I know why your business hasn't failed.
Didn't we already talk about this?
She asks, as the wind continues to seep in through the cracks in the old chimney. It's not because you're not in the same building as the others. This isn't technically the doomed commercial area.
What are you talking about? My address is exactly the same. Rue de Saint-Guilain 10.
She says, shaking her head.
No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins swallowed up. Yet it has a different address in the heart of the city.
No, this used to be a coal plant. Touch the safety curtains. You're in a chimney of another building.
This doesn't make any sense.
She looks around at the makeshift nest that she has carved out for herself, bewildered.
Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from?
I'm just using logic. It's windy in here. You probably haven't properly sealed the chimney crown. A point above.
You're right. I should take a trip to the roof once the snow is gone.
She says, looking up.
Does it mean that I'm safe from failure?
Don't let her become complacent. She still needs to ward her soul against the evil forces.
No one's really ever safe from the failure. She starts laughing, her fingers trying to rub away the exhaustion from her face. What?
Do you know what this is?
She raises her hand to reveal a piece of metal, shining her index finger. A lucky charm? A Seminole's ward?
It's a mourning ring. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop right here in the East Delta Commerce Center, built with the little I inherited from my parents.
She replies.
I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan.
And why are you telling me this?
It wasn't just the jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was just the world that you were supposed to try again and again until you finally succeed. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney?
She closes her eyes. Don't call it a dump. You've made it nice and cozy here.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the entire world that's cursed. It's such a precarious place. Nothing ever works out the way you want it.
She stares out of the window, not really hearing your words.
That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever you want to be, you can try again. Still, there is something inherently violent even about dice rolls. It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. Some alternative ending, or an entirely different world.
She picks up a pair of dice from the table and examines them under the light.
But anyway, thanks for sharing your theories, officer.
She gives you a tired smile. I think I found the actual source of the curse.
You mean the curse that I'm spared of because I live outside its immediate reach?
It's a bit more complicated than I first thought it would be.
I'm listening.
She leans back in her chair, arms crossed across the chest. You just say it. There's a 2mm hole in the reality, located in a church on the other side of the canal. I think it may be related to Pale.
Excuse me? A 2mm hole in reality? This can't be true.
She sits up, visibly agitated.
I'm afraid it is, ma'am. Sona Lukanen killed the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident made the discovery.
Sona is involved in this?
She appears to take this in, while the chatter from her headphones continues unabated.
So it's even worse than I thought. It's not just the commercial area that's cursed, it's the entire world.
She looks outside the window where daylight has filled the yard.
What? No. I wouldn't go as far to say that the entire world is doomed.
Just Martinez?
She gives you a rueful smile and takes a look around.
In any case, thank you for stopping by. It's good to have an answer, even if I can't claim to understand it fully.
So another thought, the precarious world. Temporary research bonus, all red checks fail. Don't like that one bit. Seems like the point of this game is victory. The absence of defeat on all fronts. Victory in business ventures and creative undertakings. Victory in love and other people. Political victory. Ideological victory. Hell, even sexual victory. Definitely a lot of object-based victories too. Having things and not losing them. One problem though, not a lot of victors in sight. Everyone's mostly losing. Why is that? And how do you not lose? Holy crap, this one takes so long. And I don't think getting rid of any of these is a good idea. I do have a lot of pain threshold boosters. Maybe I don't need as much. Maybe I can get rid of this one. I've had this one for so long though. Some of these are pretty short. Like this one only takes 1 hour and 50 minutes. -2 to interfacing though. But again, that doesn't last very long. So let's do that. Not super happy about that decision, but I want to explore all the thoughts that I unlock. Because it's exciting. But that one thought, oop. Poor animals. No rest for their bodies after death. I do have -2 to physical instrument here, so maybe that's not even unlocked. Never mind. Alright, let's go talk to Placence about the hole in reality, and then I'll call it there. And try and find out where I'm supposed to go for the bullet trajectories, because I have no idea where those 2 locations are supposed to be. I thought I did. Really looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. Alright, Placence, let me actually swap this out real fast. Put that back on there. Boom.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
She keeps reciting like a robot. Placence, I have something to tell you. I found the actual source of doom.
What do you mean, the actual source? Are you talking about the third presence?
She clutches her pendant anxiously.
She remembers. Good.
My investigation has led me to discover a 2mm intraplanetic hole in reality. That's the source of doom, both in the commercial area and in Martinez.
A what?
A tiny hole in reality. It may be connected with Pale, an origin point of sorts. It would explain why historically so many things have ended in failure here in Martinaise.
Ma'am, what he's saying is true. We found an anthroponetic anomaly in the small Pinewood church down the coast. I don't mean to be an alarmist, and more research is needed, but it's not looking good.
But that's not in any of the ancient texts. How am I supposed to protect my bookstore from that?
You can protect it with hope, by refusing to give up. That's what people have done in the past, by building a church, a place of worship around this thing.
You're right, officer. I mustn't lose faith, especially now that Annette is finally settling in at school and making friends. No, we can't just leave.
She looks at her daughter, quietly studying in the corner of the shop.
Besides, didn't I have some Sailite hope catchers round here somewhere? I must find them. Everything will be all right if I can just find them. Thank you for your help in any case. You're welcome back here anytime.
Alright, oh, I forgot to buy the dice from the dice maker. Maybe I'll run back inside and do that real fast. Because that one dice, it comes up every once in a while in a check. Specifically, I think it came up in the check where I broke into Ruby's car. Or the Ruby's lorry. I wonder if that's intentional. It's supposed to be like unpredictable assistance because it's a dice or a die, singular. So you never know how it's going to help out. Or if it's going to hurt you. Haven't seen any negative modifiers from it though. Let's go spend some cash.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die? Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Alright, so the We're All Untethered setting. I want to die for that.
Ah, yes. Fortress accident. It's too bad they never finished their game. The
We've listened to this
Wirral.
before. I'm just going to buy it.
Ice, death.
I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The reptile bone is as white as ice and dead as, well, death. For 7 real, I could have it ready in 8 hours.
It's a deal.
Great. See you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else?
She takes a small notebook from her table and writes something down. Can I order another die?
I'm sorry. I'm a bit overloaded.
Oh, okay, only one at a time. Well, that one sounds pretty cool. Alright, let's get out of here, then fast travel to the coast, and I gotta try and find those 2 locations. I have no idea where they're at. I also want to change my equipment. I don't need the shivers. Currently. Where is... There it is. Alright, I'm going to call it here. Off camera, I'm going to try and find these 2 locations for the... Sorry, 1 second. To determine where the shot came from. I looked at the boardwalk. Unless there's a different boardwalk somewhere. Maybe the boardwalk west of the Whirling instead of on the coast? So over there where Joyce is at? I have no idea where the island's at. Yeah, we're picking up. Yeah, we have leads for everything else. I just gotta figure out where I need to go for this. By the way, I'm gonna call it here, and then we'll take care of that next time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.